Hey everyone, welcome to my Photoshop tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to make this image right here. Now this image right here also has a written tutorial on the internet. So if I click over to it, like so. Now this tutorial is all well and good, but it doesn't actually show you the finer points of detail what you actually need to do. Now if I scroll down, it does show you step by step, which is also good, and it gives you the two images that you need to create this effect. So what I'll do is I'll link you to the two images for you to download, and I'll also link you to this page right here, so you can also follow the steps and follow what I'm saying on this video, so you get double the amount of help. Now this tutorial is going to be in parts, but it's going to be in one big video, so you don't need to click and change all the time. So first things first is you want to download them images that I just gave you, and you want to load them both images into Photoshop. So we've got this one here and this one. So you want to start off with the picture of the woman. Now if you're new to Photoshop and you don't know how to load it in pictures, you can either drag and drop from your pictures file, or you can just go to file and open and select the image that you want to load. Now once you've done that, we're going to duplicate that background layer, which is the woman. So right click that layer and press duplicate, like so. Now we're going to name this layer something like fire, which will do, or you can have any name that you want, but if you want to follow mine, just type in fire like so and press OK. Now we're going to duplicate that background layer again, like so. Now we're going to name this something like black, because we're going to fill this totally black. Now you want to make sure that you've got your foreground color to set to black. Then you want to go to edit, you want to go to fill, then you want to make sure you've got the contents use set to foreground color. Then you want to click OK. So we've changed that to black. So we're going to click on the fire layer that we made. We're going to hold down the Shift, Control and U key, which desaturates the image, making it black and white. Now we're going to invert the colour, so we want to hold down the Control key and the I, like so. Now once you've done this, we're going to duplicate that fire layer, like so. Now you can drag and drop onto the new layer icon, or you can just do the same way, right click and press duplicate. Either way it's the same. So once you've done that, we're going to go to filter, we're going to go to stylize, like so, and find edges. Now once it's done that, we're going to press Ctrl and I to invert the colour again. Now we're going to make a copy, a duplicate of that layer again, like so. Now we're going to change the blending mode to screen, so it gives us much more contrast. Now we've done all of that, we're going to go on to part 2. Right, in part 2 we're going to bring in the fire into this image. So we want to go to the fire image that we also loaded into Photoshop at the start, and we're going to go to the move tool, which is at the right hand side at the top. Click that, and we're going to drag that image right over to the other image like so and drop. Now you're going to get this come up, paste profile mismatch. Don't worry about it, just click OK, like so. We're going to drag that to the right hand side. Now we're going to put the blending mode to screen, just so we can see what we're doing, like so. Now this process here is going to take quite a while. It involves the liquify tool and the warp tool and the free transform tool, and it's just taking your time and effort to get the same effect. So it's not all that hard, just quite a bit of time. So to start off with, we're going to press Ctrl and T to free transform. So we're going to rotate the fire like so, to that way. Now we're going to line it up with the hair like that. We're going to bring it down in size like so, like that. Now once you've got it to that, we want to click the tick icon which is on the top, like so. Then we're going to go to edit, we're going to go to transform, and we're going to go to warp. Now this tool is so good. It lets you change the shape to her head size, like so. So we want to just put it around her face line, like so. Now this can take quite a while to perfect actually, so I'm just going to do this really quick, like so, like that. Now once you've got that, we want to press the tick again. Then we're going to go to filter, we're going to go to liquify. Now let it load. Now you want to make sure that you've got the show image on, and you want to show backdrop also ticked, so you can see what you're working with. So you want to get the top forward warp tool, like so. Now we're just going to just lightly bring over what we want to do, like so. Then we're going to find the twirl clockwise, and we're just going to twirl the fire just so it just points the same way, but you don't want to make a dramatic effect, like so, like that. Now once you've done that, you want to click OK, let it load. Then you've got something like this. Now from here we're going to duplicate that layer again, like so. Now you just want to bring it down and press Ctrl and T to free transform. Now I'm doing this just very quickly just to show you what you need to do, like so. Just bring this down in size actually just a bit. Then we'll go to the tick icon, like so. We're going to go to edit, we're going to go to transform and warp again. Now we're just going to do the exact same what we did to the other one, line it up with her face, like so, like that. You want to click the tick icon. Once you've done that, we want to duplicate that layer again, bring it over like this, press Ctrl and T to free transform, rotate it like so. Now we're going to do this side of the head, like so. Just bring it up like that. Press the tick icon, then we're going to go to edit, we're going to go to transform and warp again. Now we're going to line it up like so. Now this can take quite a bit of time. I'm just going to do this very quickly because I just want to make this be a really quick tutorial. You'll know what to do once you've done it. So you want to press Alt and then scroll out, so you zoom out, just so we can get that last, like so. Now what you want to do is you want to curve this side of the fire to the right hand side, so you have that swooshing technique like the hair. So once you've done that, bring like so. Click the tick icon once you've done that. Now it's not looking all that great at the moment. Zoom in. Then we're going to go to the filter. We're going to go to liquify again. Once it's done this. Now we're going to click the forward warp tool. Do exactly the same what we did. Just bring it over like so. Now as I said, this can take quite a while and a lot of patience. like so. Then click OK. Once you've done that, let it restore to the original image. Can take a little while depending on how much work you've put into it. Then we're going to duplicate the layer before the top layer again, like so. So you're going to duplicate layer 1 copy, so you're going to get layer 1 copy 3 just below the top layer. So now we're going to got this one. We're going to click the Control and T to free transform, like so. Now once you've done that, we're going to just bring it down a few notches, like so. Then we're going to click the tick icon. Then we're going to go to filter, no sorry, edit, sorry, transform and warp. So it's all the same actions, it's nothing really that hard to grasp. Now it does take a little while to perfect this sort of thing. Like so. Now once you've got something like this, click the tick icon. Now at the moment mine is not totally perfect. Now you're going to have a lot more time to spend on your one to perfect it. So now we're going to move on to part 3. So meet me back after. In this part of the tutorial, we're going to go back to our fire image. So once you've got to this bit, we're going to go to the move tool, and we're going to do exactly the same what we did first of all. We're just going to move this image back to our image that we're working on at the moment and drop. You're going to get this paste profile mismatch like you got before. Click OK. Now you want to make sure that that new layer that we've just inserted is going to be under layer 1. So if it's all the way on top of every single layer, just drag and drop that layer under layer 1. So once you've done that, we're going to change the layer blending mode to vivid light. Then we're going to press Control and T, and that selects the free transform tool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this image just like so, just on the edge, so it is covering her whole body and her face. So we're just going to do that a bit more, like so, like that. Now take a bit more time with this, play around with it. You can resize it, rotate it a bit more depending on how you want it to look. Now once you've got it perfect that you want to click the tick icon, which is on the top side of the screen. Then click that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to filter, we're going to go to blur, and we're going to go to Gaussian blur. Now the radius you want in between 13 and 15 pixels. You don't really want to go any higher than that because you don't want to blur it that much, and you don't want to go any lower than that because you don't want the flames to actually look the way they originally did. So once you've done that, I'm going to keep with 13.9 pixels. That should just work for me the way I want it to look. And then click OK. Now once you've done that, we're going to add a layer mask. So you want to go to the bottom right hand side, and you'll see like this little picture that looks like a camera. Click that, and it's going to create a layer mask onto that layer. Now you want to go to your brush. You want to make sure that the mode is set to normal, and the opacity is set to 100%, and the flow set to 100%. Now we want to change our brush size just down, not too big, like so. 149 pixels should be okay, and the hardness set to 0. Now you want a soft brush, like so. Then we're going to go back to this, and we're just going to take away the fire that is just coming off the body, like so, just overlapping, like that, like so. Now the next step is to take the white out of the picture, all of this white background which we hate. I did have some over this side, but I already took it out originally. So we want to go to our Fire Copy 2 layer, and we want to create a new blank layer. And you can do this by going to the bottom right hand side and clicking the new layer icon, like so. Then we're going to go back to our brush. You want to make sure that you've got black selected, and we're going to make the brush a bit bigger, like so. And we're just going to paint out the white that we really don't want in this image, like so. Just go around taking all the white out of the image, like so. Now once you've done that, we're going to create an adjustment layer. So you want to go and select the top of our layers, which is layer 1 copy 2, and you want to select this little circle which is on the bottom right hand side, and it's black and white. Press that, and we're going to go to hue and saturation. Now in this, if you're following the written tutorial, it does say about the numbers, but the numbers aren't quite that accurate when you play around with them. So I just done the numbers which best suit you really. Just play around with them and see the kind of look that you want. So what I'm going to go for is the hue is going to be 10, like so. The saturation is going to be -32, and the light is going to be 0. And then we're going to go back to the adjustment layer, click that little circle that's black and white, and we're going to go to brightness and contrast, if I can find it, like so. There we go. Then we're going to go to the bright is going to be 1, and the contrast is going to be 80, like so. Now that gives us a great looking effect. It's not too bright and it's not too dim. So on our next part, I'm going to show you how to do the little specks, so it kind of looks like she's like flicking the flames from her hair. So that's going to be next. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the specs like I said earlier. So first things first is you want to go to your layer 1 copy 2, select that. That layer is just underneath the hue and saturation and the brightness and contrast layers that we just did. What we're going to do is we're going to make a new blank layer which is underneath the hue and saturation. So click the new blank layer icon, like so. And then we're going to go to our paintbrush tool, so we're going to select that. Then we're going to go to the window, we're going to go to brushes, if I can find it, brush, there we go. And we're going to go to brush tip shape, which is at the top. We're going to select a soft brush, which we're just going to go for a 31 like that. We're going to change the size to 45. Like so. We're going to have the space, which is the spacing is going to be 98%, like so. Then we're going to go to shape dynamics. We're going to have the size jitter to 100%, like so. We're going to have selected the flip X jitter and the flip Y jitter selected. So make sure you got them selected also. We're going to have the roundness jitter to 25%, so like so. Then we're going to go to scattering. Now you want to make sure the scatter is on 1000%, like so. and you want to make sure that you've got both axes selected as well. You want the count to be 2. Then after that, I'm going to go to transfer, like so. Now if you're following the written tutorial, it won't say transfer because on the written tutorial it's working with an older version of Photoshop, but this is the exact same. So just make sure that you click transfer, and you want the opacity jitter to 100%. So after you've done that, you can close that down like so, and we're going to select a colour. It says to select grey, like so. So if we select the colour grey like that, now a lot of people have come up with problems with this as it's working with an older form of Photoshop. Now I'm going to show you a way that I do it. It's not exactly the same as the written tutorial, but it's good enough for me, so it might be good enough for you as well. So we're going to make the brush a bit bigger, like so, like that. You can do this by going to the top of the screen and selecting the brush and using the size. Now what we're going to do is just going to click around like so. It's going to be all different things, so just keep clicking like that. Keep changing your brush size so it gets different sizes of the stuff that you're doing. I'm just going to do this very quickly. I'm not going to like play around with it too much. Now to get the colour that we want, it's grey at the moment, which is really ultra super annoying because it should have changed colour according to the written tutorial, but it won't. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to image, we're going to go to adjustments, and we're going to go to colour balance. Now you can play around with the colour balance. You can get all different kinds of colours, but I'm going to give you some figures. So we're going to go to shadows, so make sure you click that, and just go to the top where it says colour levels, and I'm going to give you a few digits to put in. So for shadows we're going to go to plus 100, then we're going to go to minus 40, then we're going to go to minus 100, like so. Then we're going to go to midtones, we're going to go to the colour levels bit at the top again, we're going to go to plus 99, we're going to go to minus 12 for the next bit, and again minus 100 for the next bit. Then we're going to go to highlights. Now we're going to go to plus 100, like so. Put that in like that. Then we're going to go to plus 3. And for the last one we're going to go minus 44. Now I'm just going to go back and check that I've got all these right. You want to make sure that you've checked them because sometimes they can change during it. So make sure you got that. Highlights, yep, that's perfect. And nope, that one's wrong. So we want like that, there we go. So sometimes they change and sometimes they don't, depending on what you've done, like so. And then we're going to click OK. Now that's perfect for that. I know it's not exactly the same, but it's as good as I can get close to at the moment until I find another way. There might be someone that already knows how to do this way, so if you do know, please let me know because I'd like to learn that. But if you can't, just follow my way and it should be okay. Now for the next bit in this tutorial, we're going to make a new blank layer. So click the new layer icon, and then we're going to go back to our paintbrush. We're going to go to the top and we're going to select our paintbrush size, like so. Now we're going to make sure the size of the brush is going to be bigger, like so. So around 500 would be okay. Now remember, we're not going to do the exact same to the previous layer. These are going to be like a sort of a glow effect to her character. So we're going to select the colour, which is grey again, and then we're just going to add a few touches just to the neckline like so, and to the shoulder, and like that, like so. And we want the blending mode to be screen. And then we're going to go back to edit. We're going to go, oh sorry, not edit, we're going to go to image, adjustments and color balance. Now we're going to put in the exact same digits as we did before, so it's plus 100. We're going to go to minus 40, and we're going to go to minus 100. Sorry, I just made a mistake there. That's meant for shadows. So for shadows, make sure you've clicked that. We're going to go back to plus 100, minus 40, and minus 100. We're going to go to midtones. We're going to change these. We're going to go plus 99, minus 12. We're going to go minus 100, like so. We're going to go to highlights. We're going to go to plus 100 again. We're going to go plus 3, and we're going to go minus 44, like that, and then click OK. Now, depending on if you think that's okay, you can do a lot more. You can add a lot more specs, and you can add a lot more highlights to it. I'm just going to bring the opacity down on this layer just a tad, because we don't want it that bright, like so. And that is the finished tutorial and picture. Now, mine is not totally perfect at the moment because I've rushed it. As I said before, you're going to have a lot more time to play around with these things. But once you've played around and spent a lot more time on it, your picture should be amazing, like the original. So it doesn't take that much practice in to do all this stuff. It's just a bit of know-how at the end of the day. So I hope this has been a great fun tutorial for you to try, and please comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.